in which
blah, blah,
familiar
blah. Skip.
friends, from the most heroic to the most villainous, lived together in harmony.
I think there's
However,
no skip button for
as
this.
time
Is
passed,
ridiculous.
the forgetting
Come on.
set in, and the world fell into darkness.
Blah, blah, blah. I know.
Until you arrived.
Okay. Continue. Look, it's the new update stuff. But we won't be doing much of the new update stuff. We will be doing a different project. And some other really fun stuff. So, yeah. Looking forward to this. But I'll wait to explain what this is until we get some more people in here. I was gonna stream this on YouTube, but it was giving me some issues. Nothing that's like cataclysmic. Should be working next time I try to stream, but you know, tech is what it is, unfortunately. But it's fine. So this may be my last stream on Twitch. May move to YouTube permanently. Well, depending on how everything goes.
Oh, I'm surrounded by fools.
Oh, hush, Scar. Okay, but in the meantime, let's harvest these. This is not first impressions on the new stuff. I already kind of explored a bit. Did things. We're just kind of waiting on the thing to progress the story quest. But it's fine. Pick these up. These are useful. And look, I can pick up a memory without the game crashing. So that was a big issue before the update. So it's mostly bug fixes, which I appreciate because the bugs were too much. I couldn't play at all. Sucked. Anyway. While we wait for people to come in, I am going to be renovating this little garden section, I'll call it. We shall start by moving Wally's house.
Shall I practice my curtsy?
That's not where you're supposed to go. Just go a little bit. As far as you get, as far as you can go. But that's fine. This'll do. That works. Okay. And I'm gonna start with this. I'm gonna go right here. And this needs moving. You're in the way. So you're gonna go right here. Go right here. Actually, yeah. Just go over here to be out of the way. Oh, these controls are still a teensy bit clunky, but they are improved. That'll do for now. Let me rethink where those are going. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Next part of this project. Furniture. Paths. Brick road. here. I'm going to fill this in. Come on. There we go. And I'm going to put you here. Go all the way across. Work with me, camera. There we go. And do the same for here. All the way across. And do. Yeah. Right here. Oh. Apologies for seeing me kind of fiddle with these controls a little bit. But we're gonna get there. So how's everybody doing on this fine evening? Here we go. Now over here. Because this is a mess. Okay. First, though, just kind of remind me where boundary lines are going to be. Because I want to expand my little garden over here from 6 by 6 to 9 by 9. So I'm just going to remind myself how big that is. There. Weird. I need to make a few more trellises, but that's fine. Ingredients for those are not too hard to come across. So, fencing. No. Need one. It's somewhere. Ah, here we are. Come here. It just means I need to find some more flowers. But that's fine. Oh, I've zoomed out way too far. Here's the zoom. That's better. Okay. Paths, road. There's probably a better way to do this, but I'm still fiddling with it. Let's move the camera a little bit so we can hear better. That's perfect. Watchtowers failed with controls for 20 minutes. Promise we're gonna get to exciting stuff soon. Okay. Okay. Yay, we have nice paths now. And I need to dig up some more holes. I like the the improvements that they made to the thunder and rain system. The previous one was not. It was a bit too obnoxious, I think. That's going to be 8x8. That works too. Hi, Wally. We'll hang out later. That's good. So anyway, you can kind of see it on camera behind my book, but I got a very special box today in the mail. It is the author-approved copies of the next book that's coming out, the sequel to this one that you guys can see. So, I haven't opened it yet. I don't know what they look like. I mean, I know what they should look like. And they're mostly just to make sure it isn't like printed upside down or something ridiculous. So it should be fine. And will be a teensy bit different from the copies you guys can buy because there's like special markings on these ones. But it'll be fine. So yeah. I need to get more travel scissors using me to find more flowers, but you get the general gist of what I'm going for here. Yay, numbers. And I'm one short. Oh, that's so rude. Hang on. I that's gonna bug me if I don't. I need one carrot seed. Bye. What? Goodbye, Goofy. And we go. Yeah. At least one character in this game could judge the weather correctly. Yeah, I was reading the patch notes and that was kind of funny that Goofy's still going to be goofy about the weather, but everybody else will at least be able to tell time. Which is good considering at least one of these characters is responsible for time. You know, he has a whole verse about it in his song and everything. But, you know, it is what it is. And yes, I started into the Halloween Star Path stuff, so I have a few cool things. I can do a little house tour once I'm done planting all these carrots. This is probably as much garden as I ever intend to make. And I don't have gardens in like the other areas, because I don't need 50 billion planting spots. This 64 8x8 patch is good enough. So yeah, you can see my little raccoon friend that I got from the Halloween Star Pack. He's like a little wind-up toy with button eyes. He's so cute. I love him. Look at him. Looks like he just crawled out of Coraline. It's delightful. Okay, this is done. Coffin over here, and I'll pop into my house to get out of the rain while I get to the really fun bit. This is my house. I can finally show you guys my house. I have a little reading nook over here, and a kitchen, and the beginning of an art wall, and a fireplace. And this room is going to be bedroom. Ta-da! Don't mind the Well of Souls right there in the middle of the room. It's fine. Nothing weird or creepy happens in here. Is he even in here? He's not even in here. Mirror, a wardrobe, a nightstand. It's fun. It's fun in here. And then I have like a crafting room. Yeah. Which I adjusted a little bit off stream, but I guess it didn't save. It's still not perfect. I still had a couple of crashes. But it's not nearly as bad as it was before the patch, so improvements have been made, but not perfect. There we go, that's better. See? You can see bats. Fun times. Okay. We're just gonna chill out here for a minute. Now we get to the fun part. Da-da-da-da. It's a box. This box kinda got wrecked in the mail, but this box is unopened. We're opening it. I don't need that. Rip open with bare hands. Okay. So. Over here. Looks like we have paperback first. Ooh. See? Yeah, this band thing is not going to be on the official copies. It's going to be like this. So, paperback, lots of pages. Many, many pages. For reference, this is Beefy Boy. Book 1, Book 2. So Book 2 is considerably thicker. If you could, I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but you can kind of see it. That it's bigger. Which it should be because it's longer. See, you can't with the light. You can kind of see text, and you can't read it. So it's in here. She says, knowing that she wrote it. The reader view. You can kind of see the reader view page. Table contents. Actually, that's a great question. Okay, cool. Yeah, so special to this that you won't find anywhere else. Is at the very back. There is a special bonus episode through Vivian's POV. Yeah, this is fun. And green. It's green because Fethis is green. That's kind of his color. I'm glad I got author proofs because there's a bit of an issue. But don't worry about it. Everything is fine. That's why we get these. Make note of that. And now we have the hardcover, because we're also getting a hardcover. That's what this is. This is hardcover too. So as you can see, like with the paperbacks, green is bigger. Is big, beefy boy. And pages are a little different color because hardback. So, whichever format you prefer is up for grabs. And they're priced a little bit differently because of printing costs and all that jazz. So the hardcover is pricier. So, or just get the ebook. You know, it's all the same to me. It's one of those I have no horse in that particular race. So yeah. It's fun. I leave this here. You can kind of see him. It'll do. Cool. But yeah, again, the actual version won't have like this band thing on it. It'll be like this one. Just in this color with this cover. Which is all drawn by my awesome friend Nikki, who may or may not show up in chat at some point. So yeah, that's book 2. Well, okay. Yeah, book 2 of Tower of Memories would be more accurate. Because reasons. But it's fine. Yeah. Anyway. Well, we're here running around.
Help you in any way I can. Trust me.
I don't trust you, Scar. I trust you to shove me off the tallest tower of the castle, probably. So yeah, you're probably wondering, is there anything new? Well, there's this project which needs to marinate so I can progress the story, because I can't do any of Scar's friendship quests at the moment. So, yeah, it's a thing. Let's pop in here. So, yeah, this is new. This is entirely new to the new update. And we got new things to mine. It has new stones and minerals and crystals and shiny and just general more shiny things, which I appreciate. I'm someone who always appreciates new shiny things. So yeah. Anybody have any questions? And for the record, this is me independently publishing this through Amazon's KDP thing. So this is going to come out on November 4th for the ebook, and I'm going to push button probably like a week before for the physical copy so people can get those ordered and they'll ship out, because I know the physicals take a while to ship to people. I know some people range from anywhere from 1 week to like 2 or 3 weeks, depending on which version they want to get. So I'll probably have the physicals out first, a few days, up to like a week beforehand, depending on, because you have to push the button and then it has to go through like their system, and that can take a few days. So I will try to have those up before the 4th, so you can get those ordered in, and they'll ship out when they ship out. Because I'd love to have set up pre-order for the physicals too, but they just don't have that option at the moment. I wish they did, but they do not. But the ebook's good to go and stuff, which is going to be fun. Spooky mine. I need some dwarves, I think. Hi-ho, hi-ho. It's off to work we go. Do. Also, I suspect we'll be doing more stuff in here. Like getting rid of this blue glowing stuff. Kind of looks like fog to me. As you can see it kind of moving down there. Yeah, some old abandoned mine. What we need is a minecart, right? This here's the wildest ride in the wilderness. Just need brain rot is still real. Horrors. Shinies. Spooky mind ambience. And they added this new like effect when you run out of energy or start to run really low. It's okay. That's why I bring food. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. And the audiobook is going to be out, I suspect, sometime in the next couple of weeks. They have their own internal review process they have to do, so that'll be up whenever it's up. It's completely out of my control at this point. But you know, it's fun. It's worth doing.
Hi there,
I'm very excited for it. You guys should be too. So these... Yeah, gems are worth a lot more.
Goodbye.
So what's on here that I need to be doing? Yeah, okay. Carp is in a couple of different places. Fish. Carp. So in the plateau and Forest of Valor. Well, the river's kind of not available here. So we're going to go to the forest to fish. Actually, I should go check on Moana. Need to do some fixing down here as well, but you know, that's lots of stuff that needs doing in this game, which is good. You know, it'd be boring if there wasn't stuff that needed doing. Here we are. Fish. Cool.
Yeah, that's right. The ocean's a friend of mine.
That's nice. So, can I feed this turtle? I don't think I can feed that turtle. Oh well. Go up here. Life of Towers is going alright. Reached 12,000 words in Arc 3 of the serial, so that's fun. Which in Arc 3 is going to become, you know, a third book once that's all pieced together. That still has a lot more to go. I have it over here. This is Arc 3 so far. I still have a long way to go. I suspect it will be the longest arc yet, but you know, that makes sense. It's got some very complicated ground it has to cover, as opposed to these two being relatively straightforward. But there's going to be fun reveals and stuff in here, so anyone who's like a theory person or a lore person is going to love this one more, I think. Which I hope so. I mean, I hope they improve the books improve as the thing progresses. So it would suck if the first book was the only good one. I mean, hopefully they're all like of comparable quality, but if they have to be of varying qualities, I would prefer the first book to be the worst and the last book to be the best, if that makes sense. Because I know some fantasy series always like hit like a lull in the second book. Because most people, generally what happens is they write the first book as a relatively standalone story, and then so you could be satisfied if they never get picked up for more books. So They end up with book 2 being the one where they throw a lot of other future series plot stuff. I didn't do that because this was always planned to be a long run-in series. So there's a lot more setup in this first one and some payoffs. Not all of the payoffs. There's still a lot of questions left unanswered by the last page of this. But you'll get at least a few answers. Because I'll level with you, I hate Abram's storytelling philosophy. I think Mystery Box is stupid. Just gonna throw that out there. Not saying mysteries are stupid, I'm saying Mystery Box is stupid. His whole, like, no, just ask questions and never give answers. That's totally how you keep people engaged. It's not. It's dumb. I think if you're gonna ask a question of the audience, you should have an answer in mind. Even if you never intend to fully reveal the answer, you should have one in mind enough that you plant enough evidence for it that they can figure it out on their own. If that makes sense. Like, even though I never tell you why a specific character ends up in a specific position, you can accurately guess at least a couple different very valid answers for it. And both are kind of equally true, which is why I never really commit to either one. So if you're paying attention, you can figure it out, but it's not like dumped in your face. But no, if you're going to ask questions, you should have answers planned. Stringing people along is not a good story, I don't think. Which is probably why his things never end well. Yeah. Wow. And his little disciples seem to not be doing so hot either, to be honest. Because I believe Rings of Power was one of theirs. Or at least someone from, like, that same school or company or whatever. And that was not great as far as the writing goes. For the record, I don't really care about casting. The dialogue was bad. I'm sorry. I watched a little bit. The dialogue was just so bad I could not finish the first episode. But, you know. And if you did like it for whatever reason, that's fine. I don't care. Like what you like, hate what you hate. I don't, meh. I have better things to worry about than what, other people are or aren't watching, to be honest. Okay. What else needs doing? Probably make another trellis because I picked up some more flowers. Game still has a couple of bugs. Don't get me wrong. There's still a couple of issues that they need to work through. But for the most part, they fixed a lot of the main bugs, I think. Which is good. If every update improves it, then, that's a win. And again, it is still an early access game, so it's going to be lacking in at least a little bit of polish. And it's playable, so, it's definitely an upgrade over some other games that have come out. Let's move this one back here so that we have symmetry, because symmetry is fun. Where are you? Yeah, one more, which is 2 more of the flowers. But that's fine. Do I have any more seeds in my bag? Probably not. Didn't think so. Which is fine. So, that's doing things. Let's go see if we can find ourselves some aquamarines. Since we need some for Halloween quest. Should probably dump my fish too.
Good to see you.
Hello, Goofy. Get this, this. That's not what I wanted to do. Get these, because I don't need them. I have like 50 carrots in a box somewhere. So. Yeah, it's money for future things. I don't know. I don't have like solid plans of what I'm doing with every inch of this island, this little valley. We're gonna see how things play out. A little bit closer. Yeah. It's all good. I also need to replenish my stone reserves. I burned through a lot of stone today doing stuff. I think I burned through like 300 little bits of stone through various, projects. That's what the resources and materials are for crafting and building. It's a basic gameplay loop. You gather the things, you make stuff that you think is cool, and that's it. Turtle. You don't need to be scared. I learned this today. To feed the turtle, you have to wait for them to pop out of their shell. They're just shy. Have the seaweed. And be happy. He's adorable. He's so cute. But my companion is cuter. And look at him. Little clockwork raccoon thing. Pet. The animation for petting isn't there yet, but the sentiment is nice. I appreciate, at least the sentiment of being able to pet your companion. And it being happy. Actually, I got a bunch of money. I should probably swing by Eric's place and see if there's any new blueprints that I can pick up. Because that might be useful. Because I still have stuff in my house I want to look at and make, and improvements can be made. I mean, it's a good start, but I think my house can be improved a little bit. So let's go check out that. Eric's house is huge. It's like ridiculously big. It's full-on castle. And I'm thinking about moving it, but I'm not entirely sure where. I have a couple of ideas, but nothing confirmed. Although it just says crafting recipe, doesn't tell you what you're buying. You're just like, here's a random recipe to make something. We won't tell you what it is until you buy it and then go to a crafting station and notice if anything's new. But that's fine. Here we go. The House of Grids were expensive, but I have them all now, so I mean, I could still add like more rooms and stuff, but I haven't done that yet. I'm going to focus on not perfecting, but at least getting the general outline of the rooms that I have complete. So, that's neat, but I don't want it in my house. Are there any fun projects in here? Some fall stuff. Scarecrow. Nothing too interesting. But that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Actually, do I have any? Do not have any more. Let's see if I can fix that. Need raspberries. That's easy enough to get. So, and apparently we're gonna get Toy Story, quote, late fall, I think. So, I suspect we'll get that in a few weeks based on their update schedule. So that'll be fun to finally have the toys here. Yeah, they're kind of, you know, on the cover and stuff, so. And yes, I have a general idea of what the next cover to complete this collection is going to be when I get there. But that won't be for a while. That's going to be several weeks minimum. Probably months. Actually, definitely months. So we're on 92, which is 11. It'll probably be a while. It'll be a while. Arc 3 is complicated. Well, it's less that it's complicated and probably that it just has the most moving parts out of the other arcs for right now. Like this arc was mostly about introducing the general setting and the main central cast. This one does a lot more plot stuff. You know, we learn the identity of the main bad guy, and we learn at least a few of the secrets that Seraphina's mother has been keeping from her. And also we get to explore Dragon Tower a little bit. That's why it's called Welcome to Dragon Tower, because we actually get to see inside Dragon Tower properly. You know, when it's inhabited and full of people and stuff. As opposed to this one, it's just walking around the school. They're all going to be in their correct uniforms and stuff, and we get the fallout of certain decisions made at the end of this one. If you read this one, you probably know what I'm talking about. Arc 3 is going to be more plot stuff and a lot of explaining certain characters' motivations and getting into the heart of the background of the story. You know, how everybody got to the positions that they're in by the time, you know, how did these pieces get set in motion? Okay, that's 40 guns, so we're a little bit short.
Bye-bye now.
Well, maybe if you didn't charge an hour to Lake Scrooge, I'd be able to afford stuff. We have stuff we can sell. Goofy.
Hey there.
So. And we're still short. Okay. I will be back, Goofy. I also like that they added a thing that you can spend Dreamlight on. You know, besides unlocking areas. Because I have a mountain of Dreamlight to spend on nothing, which is boring. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a bunch of gold ingots and sell those. Because that's quicker than going back to mining. Because if I just spend an hour mining, the stream will be very boring. And I have nothing that needs... Oh, I had another gem. I'm silly. Oh well. Extra cash is fine. Upgrade Wally's garden. It's probably going to be 50 for the one after this, so here's what it is. Let's upgrade Wally's garden. Because Wally is best robot. He deserves nice things. Because he's adorable. And I love him.
You have a bull market day.
That's good. So yeah, one more upgrade. I assume it's going to be... I wish it told you, like, upgrade and then, like, the price. So that you would know. It'd be like, okay. Now I gotta click on here and I gotta talk to Scrooge and have him yell at me. Yeah, it's about what I thought.
Goodbye now. Toodaloo.
We'll be able to get to that in the stream. Probably not. Yeah, we'll walk around. The mine should be restored by now. And they do have a thing, so. I like having berry salad in my inventory as like my main recharge item because it refills a whole bar. So, that's good. Plus, it doesn't require too much fussing around to get the ingredients for it. It's just collect berries. Sour Memories Book 2 coming very, very soon. And yeah, it's on the Kindle Bella if you live in the US and have that available to you. So you can read most of what's in Book 2 in there. But I recommend the book version because it has more stuff in it. It has a whole 4K word extra bonus. That's episodes 4 and 5. Or the first... his first few moments in the school. And the episode, and one of the most important scenes in the whole overarching series through the perspective of Vivian Hearth. Because she knows, but don't read it until you've read through at least halfway through book 2, because Vivian knows things that are spoilery. And it certainly changes the context of the conversations that are had in episodes 4 and 5. Like, you read through the first one, you're like, oh, this is nice, oh, new school, and oh no, spiders. And you read through the second time, and you know, and you're like, oh, this changes things. Context is fun. That's what makes a good plot twist in my mind, is where you can look back on it and be like, oh boy. Like, instead of taking away tension, it should add tension to a scene, even if you already know what's going to happen. Kind of like that. Kind of like in the PS4 Spider-Man, when you realize that the person Peter is working for is Dr. Octopus, and we're like, we all know how that's going to go. But that just kind of adds to the tragedy and the tension to it. You're like, oh no. Oh no. Don't do it. But you know he's going to, because he's Dr. Octopus. And it just breaks your heart initially, and then it breaks your heart again when the inevitable does happen. That's called leveraging what the audience should already know properly. But I think that's the other, like, big failing of Rings of Power, is that it seems to not, like, its target audience should be obvious, but it's also so messily handled. Like, its target audience should be people who love the movie trilogy, at least the first movie trilogy, but didn't read the books or don't remember the books very well, which is a little bit fair, because at least the Silmarillion is it's a lot. The Silmarillion is a lot to get through. So unless you were a big book fanatic, it's. So I don't blame anyone who is really like, I'm not a big reader, so I didn't touch the Silmarillion. Like, that's fair. That's fair, buddy. But, and that's a good chunk of people. I mean, I don't know specific numbers, and I won't pretend to know those numbers, but I feel like it should have had a sizable enough audience to justify having a big TV show for them. And they messed it up. It's just, like, who is this for? Because there's so much exposition in the first episode, but, like, none of it makes sense or seems relevant to what's happening. So, I don't know. Like, it's all so messy. But again, it could just be me that because me being a fantasy writer, I understand how those pitfalls can happen, and I see it, and it's so obvious. It's just like, I can't look at this. I can't look at this without wanting to cringe out of my skin. And again, if you do like Rings of Power, then, more power to you, kind of unintended. It's just not for me. It's just not for me, I think. I don't know who their target audience is, but it's not me. Which is sad, because I did kind of want to like it. I mean, I like fantasy stuff, and magic, and dragons, and elves, and all that. But it's just, it's clunky. It's too clunky, I think. It's too clunky, its dialogue is a bit too pretentious, and kind of reads like a 12-year-old child who just learned what a metaphor is. But, it is what it is. And that's spent $1 billion, and it looks pretty, but it's I'd rather have an ugly show that makes sense than a pretty show that's a disaster. Like, if the best way to watch your show is to turn the audio off completely, not even have subtitles on, just completely no sound at all, then there's probably a problem. Yeah. I mean, and I'm not an expert on a lot of the things, like, that's why I commented on the dialogue, because I feel confident in my opinions on dialogue. But I don't have opinions on, like, the casting or the costuming or anything. It just is what it is. It's just the writing I have an issue with. It's so bad and so clunky. I mean, that's the pitfall with exposition, is how do you balance telling the audience what they need to know with, not lecturing them. But I mean, you have all this exposition, and then it gets almost immediately, like, written off. Like, it's like, you give us 10 minutes of exposition and 5 minutes of dialogue, but all the dialogue completely wrecks the exposition. And a lot of the character motivations don't seem to make sense to me. Like, you have little elf child girl in what is framed as paradise, or at least that's what it's supposed to be, and she's supposed to be really sad that this place and phase of her life is gone, but she's getting bullied. Like, that's weird. That kind of messes with the character, like, character motivation. Like, you have this strong, tough girl who's supposed to miss this part of her life, and the first thing you show us is her getting bullied? Like, I wouldn't miss it. I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna stay in this other place away from all these other people who, you know, wrecked the things I tried to make when I was a kid. Like, it's very strange to me. Like, it would make more sense to open it up and let it be a paradise. Not them all, like, making flower crowns for each other and running around singing songs and stuff. Like, if that's what it's supposed to be, if it's supposed to be this perfect paradise, then show it a perfect paradise.
You're making a bunch of new friends.
And this isn't like me going on show don't tell. I'm saying, if you're gonna tell us stuff, show us stuff that makes sense with the things that you're telling us. You know, she misses the light of the trees and this place, but the only thing good about the place that you showed us her having was her brother, and he's dead now. So what does she have to go back to? So why does she miss it? And it's stuff like that just kind of adds up. Especially since the elf seems to be like the main central figure in the show, and if her characterization and motives are that muddied already before the end of the first episode, then you have very shaky foundation. Now, I'm not saying they couldn't potentially fix it, but it's not a great start. And I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I am. Because, like I said, I only watched part of the first episode. I didn't finish it because I couldn't get through the dialogue. And it was just a lot. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying like, oh, I could write a better show in my sleep, because that would be arrogant and silly. And I don't know what kind of conditions they were writing the show under. But I would think with Amazon spending, $1 billion frickin' dollars on it, somebody would, go over the script again and again and again until it polished until it was, polished, shining like a mirror. But nope.
Howdy.
That's not what I wanted. How did I talk to you? I am going off topic and getting distracted. Well, not that I have a topic. Berries, that's what I was doing. No, that's still not the right place. This is what happens when everybody is in 3 different places in the timeline at the same time. Berries. I need gooseberries. Those are in the frozen place and the spooky forest. Since it's October, we'll go to the spooky forest. Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see. This is our town of Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Hello, bird. This is what we wanted. Right here. Come here. I can't wait till we get the resident of this house. I mean, we don't know with absolute certainty who it's going to be, but I would suspect that the most likely candidate is going to be Fairy Godmother. I could be wrong, but that's my guess as to who's most likely to be living in here. Because it kind of looks like Cinderella's pumpkin carriage. just like on a foundation. So it looks like something she would make. Although why she would live in the spooky forest, I don't know. Maybe we gotta help her put out these fires. Because, I mean, the green fire screams Maleficent, but she would never live in a house that looks like that. Maleficent would live in, like, a haunted castle-looking place, probably. She wouldn't live in a pumpkin. Maleficent isn't associated with pumpkins. Maybe in, like, a big dragon nest, I would see. But, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who lives there. Oh,
Well,
I think I
hello.
need to talk to you. Did you hate the Middle Ages? It's rather pleasant to be living in an era with so many modern conveniences. Magic is useful, but pales before the wonder of indoor plumbing.
Yes.
Tell me, Seraphina, what is your favorite invention? Ooh. Now, if I answer this as her, probably... Seraphina's favorite invention. Probably airplanes out of this list. Magnificent machines, to fly through the sky like a bird without all those itchy feathers.
Well, they run along now.
That's nice. It. Cook meals with garlic. Are we warding off vampires now, game? I can. Look, they're my points. I will spend them on whatever makes me happy. But in this particular case, pumpkin makes me happy. So, I don't know where I'm going to put pumpkin. We'll figure it out. But I should probably go pick some garlic.
Once you can
I
navigate
don't think I have any.
they'll always guide you home.
So it's 15 meals with garlic. So let's go pick us some garlic cloves. Because garlic's in here. So... I hope by this time next year we have Halloween Town or Jack and Sally or somebody in the village. Guess Nightmare for Christmas is one of my favorite Disney movies. Don't judge me. I'm kidding. I don't care if I get judged a little bit for it. It's you know, it is what it is. But, how many is that? It's 5. 10 more. Probably don't have 15 out, so let's just pick as many as we can see, and then I'll probably pick some more later. Okay. Oh, there's one right here. That'll do. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I know it. I remember. I have a decent memory, I promise. My long-term memory is fine. My short-term memory is kind of garbage, though. But I think that has more to do with the insomnia, horrible sleep habits that I have than anything else. This is water, not tea, by the way. No tea today, unfortunately. think I should also go get some lemons. So we're gonna go get some lemons. All these things. Okay. Let's go see what we can cook with Rebby. Because I know I have at least a few recipes with garlic. And if I have to grow something to make them work, I can. Oh, growing stuff isn't too bad. I mean, what's having a giant garden patch for if not to grow whatever you need whenever you need it? No, what's that doing? It's still going. With some milk. I mean, she's maxed out. I don't need to fulfill her order, but I want to. I think it's fun. Recipes, desserts, waffles. It's way down here. Grilled fish entree. So that's going to be here. Entrees.
Oh, hi.
Here's your order.
Oh. Thank you so much. Hi there.
Here's your order. Okay, back to what we were doing. These peas. Don't have any onion. Don't feel like going to get some onion either. I think I have. Oops, the wrong button. Keep pushing the wrong buttons. I know how to navigate this game, I promise. Don't have any lobster. Don't have that many recipes though. Why the garlic? Oh, I guess we're just gonna have to do this ourselves. What do I have? I have wheat. Tomato. Garlic's gonna be here. Yeah. You made a face. Yes. It's fine. We just need to get this for the. We are doing this solely. No, that's the wrong button. Don't want to put rice now. I mean, we could, but let's not. Kind of wish. Just be like select previous recipe, that just remake it. I wish there was a make multiple versions of the same recipe button, but no such thing. So, let's try, out of curiosity. Yeah, we're gonna experiment a little bit because I can. Fish. Probably just gonna make. What happened? Oh, just. We're just gonna throw stuff in the pot and see what happens. Maybe someday I'll do like a proper cooking stream. But that day is not today. What did I just make? Oh. Let's do this. Let's just see what happens. Yeah. He's looking confused to me too. Okay, let's scrap that idea. You. Food. Yeah, lemon. Oh. Oh well. I mean, the goal was just to cook with garlic, not to make anything fancy with garlic, so. What's this? We're 7 out of 15. That's fine. I'm out of water. Probably for the best. Let's go. The boat should have a few fish in it by now, so let's go back to Moana's boat and see if there's any new fish to pick up. Here's one.
Hi there, pal.
Don't need any of these.
Oh.
How much money do I have? 5 grand. That's not nearly enough. interesting to think about. Oh, there's a couple more. Got to mention this before. There's a couple more playlists out on my Spotify. There's one for the bad guy, so if you're flipping through this playlist and you're like, who's this person I've never heard of? That would be who that is. So mild spoiler alert if you want to check out Spotify. But if you don't, that's also fine. There's also another playlist for a student who's going to come into the future, but it doesn't have his name on it, so no spoilers there. But it's still a fun playlist. I forget exactly what's on it. Oh, few songs off the top of my head, but I'd have to look. You know, it is what it is. Oh, catch again. Come here. No, I'm not going to bother with the timer. And ones. Mostly like gardening so I can get lots of the special soil that they have added to the game. Because that, having some of that on hand is going to be useful. Especially if I ever get another and make a bunch of fabric missions. Because cotton's a pain. Which is, you know, true in real life. Cotton is a pain to grow. Well, at the very least a pain to deal with. At least in the quantities that this game requires. Because it's 5 per piece of fabric, so you may need it. So you might need like over 100 little crops to complete a mission. Which is what I had to do earlier for Eric's quest, for Eric's final quest. But, you know, it's nice. Boop. Boop. Probably, how much money do we have? Not nearly enough. Should probably be saving up to get pumpkin seeds. Plant those before logging off for the evening. Yeah, I can't really fish in this river right now for carp. As you can see, it's kind of not pleasant. Not a very polluted looking river. But we're working on it. We are working on it. And it's going to take a while. So anybody who's on this quest, fun times.
How's
So
it
I need to go
going?
check. So. So let's go check price of pumpkins for 64 seeds. Because it's 275 per seed times 64, that's a lot. I think it's gonna be like 15k. I think. Could be wrong.
How's it going?
Okay, seeds. 64. And my estimate was off. It is 17.6k.
Oh,
So we need to basically double the amount of money I currently have. Which would mean getting a bunch of gems. But that's fine. Onwards we go. I'm gonna get some more water. I will be right back. Just a little bit more. Someday I will figure out how to be properly in frame. That day is not today. Yeah, I wonder what quest is going to be in here to get rid of all this blue stuff to open this up a bit more. Because this looks like this is going to open up a bit more at some point. Because, I mean, look at this. This screams this is going to lead somewhere. But it's currently magically blocked off. And, of course, it's filled to the brim with night thorns. So we're probably going to get rid of those at some point in story quests. When we get more. Or when I... Well, I mean, I don't know if there's any story quests beyond that current one that you see up in the corner. I forgot to make the thingy. So we're gonna go back to where the stove is. Yeah, clearly somebody had a full-on operation down here. Probably wasn't us. It was somebody, though. Somebody who liked to play checkers? Interesting. I don't think it's anybody new. Or at least nobody I can think of off the top of my head. Three of these recipe at the same time, but I wonder if at some point this is going to open up to like a Rainbow Caverns reference. That would be fun. Those of you who don't know, the Rainbow Caverns was an old staple of Disneyland way back long time ago. And that was where Big Thunder Mountain currently stands. So, fun trivia. think I'd start getting lost down here. You know, I've been to this place enough times, eventually you just know the layout, but nope. I wonder who built all this down here. I don't think it was us. I mean, it could have been, but... I mean, I'd like to think it was the dwarves, because, you know, mining's kind of their thing. And this game also has a habit of surprising me, so... Oh, a little bit. And certainly make interesting choices about what characters get to join the game. But perhaps there's a method to the madness. I really hope we get to see Stitch soon. I mean, I know the toys are next, but maybe Stitch will be after that. I like Stitch. Favorite alien. Still not quite enough. Yeah, here. But yeah, next stream won't be here on Twitch. Next stream will be on YouTube. I think should be working by then. I will be right back. I promise. I have returned. Okay. Actually, that's a good question. At least anything else I have up? Nope. Yes, robot. Yeah. I remember what I'm doing. Towers knows what she's doing at all times. So these cool
Hi there, pal.
cars. Not that they're worth much, but it's something. So we need a little over 2K more. Let's go fishing. Let's go see if we can catch an anglerfish. Because that's a good idea.
When I tell Grimsby about this place, he's never gonna believe me.
I know who else I hope we really, really get in here in this game at some point in the future. Since this seems to be set up as we're gonna keep adding characters and probably more regions until people stop playing the game kind of situation, is Mary Poppins. I feel like she would be fun to have walking around. That's a lot. How much are you worth? It's a start. Anyways, another pond. There we go. That's what we need. Right there. Come here. That's a good job. One more decent fish. Should be enough. Here we go. This will be enough. That'll do. There it is. There we are. Right here.
Hi there, pal.
So, this, and that's enough.
No!
Yeah, 42K dust. And we finally, in this expansion, have something just for me to spend it on. Should I show you how that works? Yeah, let's show you how that works. I should have enough ingredients, I think. Yeah, I have enough. We are golden. Let's go.
I had no idea how far I'd go. I'm so happy Eric's here.
I love seeing Ariel walk on land. I think Ariel's the dress they have her wear here is probably my favorite of the Disney princess dresses. That's not the right place. Okay. Functional items, potions, and enchantments. We're gonna make one of these. Yeah, I have enough stuff. This is also another new addition, this expansion. Oh yeah. Let's plant first, and then I'll show you how this works. I hope this works in the rain. It should, I think. Probably. Most likely. We're about to find out. Oh, that would be awkward. Sets all this up and then I have to wait for it to stop raining. But it's fine. Everything is fine. Okay. Watering can. Go to inventory. And we use the potion. Now you can see our watering can is glowing. And it doesn't work in the rain. Well, that's extraordinarily rude. Okay. Oh, phooey. Oh, this is awkward. I don't know what to do now. Well, okay, so what was supposed to happen if this had worked in the rain is that I throw the potion on my watering can and then any crop that I water with my watering can instantly finishes growing. And for those of you who are like, oh yeah, pumpkins take forever to make, poof, when you have them. I mean, the ingredients can be kind of annoying to get your hands on. But, you know, it's kind of worth it. You need to get special soil that you only get for picking crops, and special crystals that you get from the mines I've been in. You know, these things. And a couple other things. And yeah, it's Dreamlight crystals and special soil. And then poof, instant crops. Not today, I guess. I guess it doesn't work when they're already watered, and because it's raining, everything's watered. So this is awkward.
I hope the storm doesn't get too bad.
Oh. That's basically everything I wanted to talk about in the stream and do today. It is what it is. So, yeah. Book 1, available paperback, hardcover, Kindle, and on Kindle Unlimited for those of you who have that and want to check this out. And then it's sequel, which is going to be out on November 4th. So, fun stuff. This one is called Towers of Nine. This one is called Welcome to Dragon Tower. And this one has fun stuff. I mean, they both have fun stuff. Fun stuff happens in the story. It's a delightful story. I mean, if I didn't love it, I wouldn't write, you know, hundreds of thousands of words of it. Because, I mean, just these two combined is nearly 150k words. And that's not including the Arc 3 stuff. And some other bonus material I have written down that I can't talk about. Well, I can kind of talk about. I can talk about the fact that it exists. I'm not, like, under contract or anything. It's just, I can't give details without giving spoilers, and nobody wants spoilers. At least I don't want to give spoilers. So, yeah. Yeah. It's wonderful. Yeah. I should probably read the warnings page for this to you guys. Reader beware. The following work of fiction is intended for ages 16 and up. If you are younger or buying this for a younger reader, then I must ask you to think carefully. If you are sensitive to any of the following, this story may not be for you. Fictions of death, undead creatures, gore, blood, and violence, seances, minors being in danger, depictions and mentions, bullying, curses. So, you know, fun times ahead. So, yeah, I think that's everything. I think I'm going to sign off here. And I will see you all next time, whenever that is, on YouTube. So, yeah. Bye!